Ciao everybody, Caterina here. Welcome to my kitchen. Well, tomorrow I'm having a very small dinner party. And even though it's a small dinner party, I love preparing a few desserts just to give people different options or even to have a little bit of everything. And one wonderful dessert that I will be preparing is a cherry tart. So delicious, extremely simple to prepare. Now let's get started. We're going to start with the crust, and the crust for this cherry tart is a pâte sucrée plus. Okay, to my food processor, I'm going to put 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, a pinch of kosher salt, I'm going to give this a nice quick pulse. And 3 egg yolks. I'm going to pulse this. I have 1 cup of cold diced unsalted butter. I'm going to add a little piece at a time. Okay, now that's it. I'm just going to divide the dough in two. I'm going to cut the dough in half, place them in plastic wrap. Okay, I've shaped it into a circle. It'll just make it easier when I have to roll it out for the tart pan. And in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Now, my 9-inch tart pan is ready. I am going to roll this out to approximately 10 inches. And make sure your surface is floured really well and keep turning it so this way it won't stick. So I'm going to roll it on my rolling pin. Don't worry, we're going to stick everything together. Here's my pan, and I'm going to roll it onto my tart pan. There we are. So I'm just pressing the dough. Don't worry, if it cracks, just press it together. I'm going to cut off the excess, push it into the pan and in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to place my ceramic weights. If you don't have these weights, you can use dry beans, dry lentils, whatever you have. Okay, in my preheated oven for 20 minutes. Then I remove the tart weights. Now the crust is going back into the oven for 10 minutes. My wonderful tart shell has been cooled, and now we can start with the custard filling. Okay, we're going to start with the custard by placing 2 cups of whole milk. Now my stove is off. I'm just going to put all the ingredients first. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of cornstarch. This will be our thickening agent. A generous pinch of salt, kosher salt. 4 large egg yolks. I'm going to give this a really, really good mix. Okay, now I'm going to heat this up and continuously mix until it's the thickness I like. Oh, my custard is beautiful. Now that it's bubbling, I turned my stove off. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to give this a really good mix. Now that the butter has melted, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to say it. If you can only smell my kitchen. Now, there are no children here tomorrow for my dinner party, so I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cherry liqueur. Okay. I'm just going to put it through a sieve, and I'm going to strain it just to make sure I take out all the lumps and impurities. You see all this leftover stuff from the eggs, and you don't want that in your pastry cream. Okay, I'm going to place a piece of plastic wrap right on the custard and bring it right down. This way you won't have that film. And in the refrigerator for 2 hours. So now we're going to start by preparing my cherries. Here I have 3½ cups of cherries. There are many different types of cherry pitters on the market, but I really like this one. I find it so easy to work. So you just put the cherry inside and you just push and out comes the seed. There you go, see? Now that my cherries have been pitted, I'm just going to slice them in half. That's all. I have ½ a cup of whipping cream, cold whipping cream in my bowl. To this I'm going to add a splash of cherry liqueur. I'm going to give this a really good whip. So my whipping cream is ready, my pastry cream is ready, and now I'm just going to combine the two. Okay, I'm just going to add the whipping cream to the pastry cream. I'm just going to fold everything together. Okay, it's been combined beautifully. It looks so good. Now all I'm going to do is put it in my prepared pastry shell that I made earlier. Notice I put it back in the pan that I baked the crust in. That's just so that it's easier to handle. Now all I'm going to do is just spread the pastry cream evenly. Okay, now it's going to go back in the fridge for 1 hour to firm up before we put the cherries on. I'm going to prepare the glaze for the cherry tart. 2 tablespoons of cherry jam, a splash of cherry liqueur, and a mix, and you've got a glaze. Okay, now we're ready to put the cherries on my tart. You can put them whichever way you like. I'm just going to do it the way I really like to do it. I like to go around and just just right beside each other, like this, all the way around. Okay, now that my cherries have been placed on top of the custard, now I'm just going to very carefully coat it with the cherry glaze. Look how beautiful. My cherry tart came out fantastic. My guests are going to love it tomorrow. I'm going to place this in the refrigerator, ready for my dinner party. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's Katerina from My Home to Yours. Don't forget to hit your like button, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. Ciao!
Com'è?
Te lo dico amore, in un secondo.
Dimmi,
Ok.
dimmi quando.
Oh my god. Delicious.
Is it as good as sex?
It's very good. You know what? The first one that was out of this world, but this, I love it. You have to make it again for me.
I will. Anytime,
so much.
It's delicious.
Very good. Very, very good. Thank
Okay,
you
but
so
be a little
much.
more dramatic. Be a little more like...
Ci dici cose che ti sentono.